punter Rigoberto Sanchez on to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in the 2001 draft. He's been around a while. The lefty, Michael Vick.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, this jet sweep is so popular now in football, but Charles, here's the downside, a turnover.
Yeah, because you want so badly to get the ball in the hands of your receivers, let him try and create something. I think that when he took the handoff, he was thinking something big. Instead, he didn't feel the pressure, and the ball came free.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. They'll be led out by their electrifying signal caller, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Vick.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Being chased out left. Shoves him aside. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick, 27 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
So that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Vick now. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Vick readies to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the gun, Vick. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? He may go. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf. 81 yards. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Vick. He's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Dancing to his left. A little juke. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at an all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record set.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Now here's Vick. He'll drop. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And shedding through the tackle. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
3rd and 9 here.
Looking to throw. Vick.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A first down throw coming for Vick. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a second down throw for Vick. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the fumble recovery, Vick flush to his right.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Zay Flowers,
38 yards.
And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The throw on second down from Vick, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Vick to throw it.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Again, it's Vick.
Throw right side.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
On 3rd down, Vick out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times, I think, they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 16.
Another keeper here by Vick.
Unable to corral him. He fights through.
He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Gets past one man. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Vick, 36 yards. And the Cowboys are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49. Dolphins nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments.
Michael Vick, he's going to go. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands, and guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Another keeper here by Vick.
And after the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Vick.
He'll drop this one off with ETN. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd down. 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 3rd
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. To throw, Vick. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over it. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot more.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And they'll begin by running the option.
Stays on his feet. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with it, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
You have to practice it.
Option right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time.
Now McManus for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Miami set to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That throw by Vick, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance.
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the count. There he goes, right side. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. Wiggles free. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly, as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he returns this to the 22. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be...
And he loses the football a second time.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And out now come the Cowboys.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
McManus now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Vick, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Ready? Ready?
They'll start by running the option to the right. Powering his way forward. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington. A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. And running with power here. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Leading them out will be the four-time Pro Bowler, the 2010 Comeback Player of the Year. At quarterback, it's the dynamic Michael Vick.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. Dances by him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's It's a gain of 34.
So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Another keeper here by Vick.
He gets away from one. Michael Vick, he's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys.
What a run by one of the best to ever do it, Michael Vick. And the Cowboys need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Hester going to decide against a return, and they will spot this at the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in the 2001 draft. He's been around a while. The lefty, Michael Vick.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
First down, Vick. It's caught by Dick, and now the ball's out. Funneled near midfield. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
This 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Vick. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Breaks the tackle. Now Allen shoves him aside. Touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
47 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And Hester content to hold on to this one and bring it out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now thought incomplete.
seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short it.
As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the... And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
The last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
McManus now for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Hester going to decide against a return, and they will spot this at the 25.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Looking for a bounce back, had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game and
puts it on the carpet, it's out.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Vick with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage.
First quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And Hester content to hold on to this one and bring it out to the 25.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Vick operating on first down. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Powerful running. Still going.
Well, the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
McManus's point after is good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once that we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Michael Vick. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Fights through. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. There's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point from McManus is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded at the 20.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee.
Michael Vick, he's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Vick on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Cowboys have widened the gap now to 50 points.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. McManus's point after is good, and the route is on here in this first half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half is the kick.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On play action, Vick, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments.
Vick loses the football. It's out. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Oh, fighting off the defender. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Vick will look to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. He stiff arms him. Breaks through the contact. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. Vick readies to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Greg Olsen from 10 yards out.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a second down. And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Gets around him. Still moving. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Another keeper here by Vick.
Fighting him off. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Now McManus for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean. Vick loses the football. It's out.
On that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. First man through. It's the fullback use check. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Vick. Taken down, sacked back at the 2. Reggie White able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Now he's loose again.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up, but in this case he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
McManus now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Vick now. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Okay, ready? Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Ready. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Oh, some strong running. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Points count the same no matter who scores them, but it feels like there's something extra when you get them the non-traditional way. From your special teams, an extra bounce for your squad.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented.
As Sanders has it pumped free.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy.
They'll be led out by their electrifying signal caller, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Vick.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Flushed out right. Pushes him over. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense. His ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he will take it in for the Cowboys score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week. But here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. On the draw, here's Sanders. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. It's a play fake. Now Vick going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. DK Metcalf, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing.
And he loses the football a second time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw now on first down. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Second and 6.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball is going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Steps away to his left. Stiff arm, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Vick, 31 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead.
And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Now McMahon, if they drew that play up to score, but it's 5.
The New Orleans offense back out. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But he continues, Charles.
They've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll set up to throw. Yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Here's the option.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Still fighting for more.
Still on his feet. How about this? He's to the 10.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Left side here to Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch him off guard.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, but they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A first down throw coming for Vick. Buying time to his left. Shedding the tackler and gives him some room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Vick's throw here, hauled in by Cup. He's still on his feet. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Zay Flowers, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and it is 42-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So, the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And past the 40. The 40's out of bounds. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA. Back now in Arlington. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. Again, it's OBJ. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline.
And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the...
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Still going. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Another keeper here by Vick.
And fights through one man. Shoves it away. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Now McManus for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Now a hit and a loose football. That's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
They'll start with the option.
Fighting his way through contact. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Out to his left. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Being chased out left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.